What's going on, guys? It's Grinch here. I'm gonna be showing you guys this base that I had made. I got some requests on my TikTok to give you guys a tutorial, so it's gonna be a YouTube video that I'm also gonna link to the, on the TikTok. But basically, it's a bunker base. Um, Basically, the circle starter turned into a bunker. It goes up 4 floors. Just a quick build video. It's very simple, honestly. It's nothing too crazy. I use this honestly if I play like 2X's with like a trio or a quad or even a duo. I kind of just use this 2X's vanillas, and it's just simple, easy to make, and it's effective, good offline and during a raid. So basically, let's get right into it. Alright, so I'm gonna be building this in sheet metal. Obviously, you won't build this. You'll start just like this. Okay, circle, normal. What I would do first is get this going. You're gonna want to put a TC. This will extend out like that. Basically, this will be your jump up. I highly suggest a single door. So let's place that. So this is basically how the starter will look. What you will do, obviously, use a twig, break this out. You kind of want to do this first and then place the TC. So if you could seal yourself in, do that, place the TC, then you can use the hammer to delete that. And this will be our, this will basically be our bunker right here. It's very simple, yet very effective. You will place a triangle thing right here because a ladder hatch will go in later. So I also suggest either, I would suggest a double door, I guess, but I'll show you guys how this kind of messes up. So when you place this, if it is a single and it's armored, it will stick through. I'm not really too sure why it does that. I want to see if you leave the soft side. Maybe it's how you place the door. Yes or no? I would just do double and garage it off like this. So let me do that. Garage it off. So get a furnace. This is how I would do the jump off for the time being. This, that, and then you have these two. These will be like this. I won't seal these off just yet, unless off rip you place all your boxes. So what I like to do is just do that, then a thing like this. You can jump on that, makes it a little easier. And now it's easy to access. Do the same thing on this side. Jump on the furnaces. Okay. Jump on the furnaces. This makes it very easy. And then your tier 1 can go right here. You can also put more furnaces right here, but then sleeping bags can go all right here. So that's why I kind of say it fits 4. Obviously you can fit more if you wanted to right here, but I would suggest just 4 in here. So that's basically the starter. Obviously it won't be sheet metal, probably won't have this many boxes off rip, but whatever server you're playing, this is what your starter kind of wants to look like. And let's say this is all you get to start of the day. You seal this off. They raid in. They have this. They can't really get through, and you would just have your garage door closed. And obviously you can't shoot out the twig because your garage door is facing this way. You always want to have the garage door out, because then if it's in, they can see the twig, probably just shoot it out. So have the garage door out. It's really hard to kind of raid, especially if you have furnaces there. They're basically gonna die if they're doing this. Every time rocket, C4, they can throw it, but then obviously, there's no time for you to either get on or, whatever. So let's say we get to tier 2. This is where, honestly, I would just start expanding. If you have the materials, you can expand earlier, but you're gonna want want to get a ladder hatch, I would face it right here. Well, you're gonna get rid of these furnaces at this point, but I would face it right here, just cause kind of gives I guess a little extra security. It's a little harder to get up. If not, you just do it like this. And obviously, when you're online, you have this ladder hatch and you're opening it. This can stay open, and you can also put, if you have these boxes, I put one right here and put like a barbecue in a small box. That's what I would suggest, but whatever. So you're up. I would also suggest when you get up here, placing that makes it a little harder for raiders, because once this is in, you know, it's almost impossible to, you know, put a rocket down there, throw something down. They would have to raid this, and even then they have to raid through that again. So it's very, very complicated to go through doors in this base. But expansion, you're gonna come around, put a foundation on each side here. I'm gonna go in the aerial view just so it's easier for you guys to see. And then you're gonna just basically make it a circle like this, and you will start to honeycomb basically this backside. Honeycomb everywhere. And before you either put floors or before you do this, you're gonna want to upgrade this. Obviously, this is already sheet metal, but you want to upgrade this to sheet metal. These you can do inside your base, but you have it. Mainly, you're gonna want to upgrade these back ones. These and these two are the main ones you're gonna need to upgrade. So these kind of triangle ones are the ones you're gonna do. The rest of these you can do after the outside. So fill this in. And this will give us basically the second floor that I'm going to show you guys how to do. So jump up, we'll go right here, and then you're going to want to cover this up. Oh, sorry, I forgot something there. Do that, this, door. This is where your large batteries will go, along with, you can put a repair bench, your computer station, something like that. You're going to come around here. This will be, once again, honeycomb. So, well, I might have went too far. That, then you'll do these all around. Yeah, so, what I would suggest here, you don't have to. It doesn't make the base any weaker, because it doesn't really lead to TC. So, I would just either do 2 drop boxes, or not drop boxes, 2 like areas for loot. Or you can just make this another bedroom. I would just do loot, because if you're coming in from some, you know, let's say a monument and your teammates getting shot at, come real quick, put it in, go back out. So this is basically what it would look like. You will seal all this in. Okay, and then we'll do this, that, and let me grab a double door. I'm not really going to place much doors because that's just not showing time, but I will place the wall frames in the single doors to show where everything will go. So, this will not be that. This will be an airlock. Next, you will come out right here, line up with the door. You will place a square foundation and place 2 triangles out. These become just normal honeycomb. This will turn into a triangle. And if you do have the materials, you can do this. Just because if someone, let's say, someone were to raid this, it still gives, you know, another layer, I guess. But I just don't do it, just because it's very unlikely that someone will raid right here. You fill these in, you place this, that. So these are basically for auto turrets. Honestly, like, even in these, I kind of just put where they would go. I didn't want to place them, but this is so bugged. Look, I don't know, man. Auto turrets would go basically on each side. As you can see, the front, auto turret. This leads up, and then you have this other side right here for the shoot downs. So the easiest way I find, without like really kind of screwing this up, is, so you know this right here, you come back up to the top, you see this right here, and you can kind of just look at it directly and just go back to the other side and do it. Because once, obviously in a normal server at a certain amount of time, you can demolish something. Better be safe than sorry. Hello? What the heck? That was weird. Okay. So, do the same thing. So this is how it looks. And then, so these come off, the square ones come out for the where the auto turrets and like those peaks, not the drop down peaks, but the raised ones for the windows. These come off the triangles. These will come off the square. So we do the same exact thing. I should have probably built the symmetry thing on, but oh, I didn't place the water. Okay. So I don't know why it's doing that. Might be placing a normal roof instead. So these you will not actually cover, I'm sorry. These will not cover, these will stay open. Just raise these up there. So this is how it's looking. This is how it's looking after second floor. There you go. Wait a minute. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Mess up. Doesn't have to be like this. You can. I was building it the first way because, like, if you do it like this, which is still fine, I would suggest if you do it like that, or like that and that, you can place a vending machine right here, and also like a mixing table. So like the first time I built this base is kind of how I did it, just because it still makes it like a lot of garage doors to get from drop down there, or you know, so we can actually do it this way. It's no difference. Then going up, this is where your bedrooms are and extra loot. So if you are playing quad, I will show you how to do the bedrooms. There will be one right here and one right here. Okay, and then honestly, actually you can do the jump up right here, just because it's the same exact thing. Yeah, okay. You can do the jump up right here. Or not the jump up, I'm sorry. The extra bedroom. So it would have, you know, 2 lockers on each side, both beds. So I will show you guys that. Locker, bed. We'll place one. Window that off. Place a bed. Place a bed. Bed. Okay. I wonder if you can place it now. Probably not. It's probably just easier to remove it. There you go. So the rest of this, honestly, is not really needed. The only thing I can really add is that you can add new rooms right here. So I will add those, just so you guys know where they go. So boxes, very simple, doesn't have to be perfect, but you know, sometimes if you're coming back from an oil rig, landing on top of, you know, roof with heli, you're gonna want these, and it's gonna make it a lot easier for you to just later bring it down. Okay, so just like this, and then what I would suggest is do the jump up here. If you guys are, if you are like just a duo, you just want this first bed right here. This one is not needed. This can just be honeycomb. So if it was, I would just do it like this and make the jump up right here. This kind of looks basically just like the starter, but so I'll do it different for this case, but that's what I would suggest. Okay. So honeycomb. kind of be at this level. You get 2 doors. That's true. It's not gonna work because it wants to once. Sorry about that. Okay, so you are at this level. Base is looking like this. You will still want to extend this up. This is where the shooting for will begin. So you load all these up. And the easiest way to tell is that. So those will be the window shoots. So that's so these will be back sealed again. So you can seal these up. There you go. Do windows. I'll just place all these windows down. This you will skip. Window. Next, I'm gonna do the triangle roofs door. These peaks are kind of newer, but they are very, very good. So this is how the shooting floor will look without a roof. From outside, looks pretty cool. And like I said, you could have 2 auto turrets right here. I would just mainly just put one on each side. And then this you could just chain off, just so they can't sit right here. And then now, basically the way I would do it is so the way when you come out, these will basically be your jump ups. So come back to this side. Extend this out like this. Makes it way easier to get up. And then these I'll show you what they're for in a second. So this can get closed off. See, I don't know why it's doing this when it comes to these roofs, but it's starting to piss me off. Sheet metal really sucks. Obviously that won't happen when you're normally building, guys, but for some reason this server likes to be very difficult. Okay. Let's go ahead and place these again. Okay, so now it should look something a little like this. These obviously will be jump ups, so you can do this. And you can place one right there. That could be an auto turret. These will be just a little bit different. Go half wall. It's low wall, okay. And same thing on this side. And then this, same thing as before. Oh, don't need to fall down. There you go. So this becomes your roof access. See how the base is looking now. So if you were to come in here, the way I would do it is make one right here. You can leave a twig if you want, but it just makes it a lot easier. Instead of standing right here, you're a little more vulnerable to being shot from outside. Obviously the jump might be a little annoying, but you will get used to it. Space is not supposed to be spacious by any means. The way I've learned to fix this is if you take 2 of these boxes, or you can do it with this, you just poke it. I've reached the limit. Alright. So you just do these, and then you can walk up here and jump on crouching. So that's basically the easiest way of doing it. Forgot to do this one. Like I said, you could just leave this twig, but you know, it's a little more annoying having to place every time. So roof, very simple roof here. Extend out. Another window. These will be auto turrets. Basically pretty self-explanatory spots for auto turrets. Okay. So auto turrets 2 to basically there's nowhere you can stand here. Do this, and the one on the other side as well. So it's not symmetrical base by any means. Obviously, as you go higher up, it is a little different. But you know, the point of base is not to look symmetrical or anything by any means. Obviously, it looks a little cooler, but in my opinion, this base does look pretty cool. I mean, if you look at the finished thing, it's pretty good looking base from each side. This you do not have to add. I'll show you guys where it goes, but if you want to have the little style, and that way, if they raid in, there's still a wall here. So, but not required. I would do it, but like I said, just for style points, I guess. And if you have the materials, just go ahead and do it. So that's how the base is looking. The other things we have to really just add is these. Oh my god. Okay. And if I'm not mistaken, this should be it. Let me just double check. Yeah. Okay, so I was wrong. The only thing, these go here. Saudi. And then put a low wall right here. Low wall right here. And these will be your turbines. So that's basically it. Doors, obviously, will follow how I kind of place them, where I place the single door spot and a double door. But other than that, the only other thing to really consider are these peaks that I added on the roof, and I will show you how the embrasures go as well. So these, if you have space station, I would use that, and then you place this inside. It's a very, very small peak, so from the outside, I mean, I'm aiming, you're gonna be hitting metal, so it's almost impossible to hit the person. If you do not, the best way to make these kind of useful is either brick, also very tight. Some of it you cannot shoot through. Brutalist is not terrible. I think it's honestly very similar to Space Station. Yeah, it might be even honestly the exact same. Jungle, I wouldn't suggest it. It's almost impossible to shoot through. Stone works also pretty well. Adobe is honestly a very OP one, but very, very small. But from the outside, it kind of looks pretty funny. You just see a big U, it looks like. But these are pretty good peaks that I don't really see too often. I would just leave these. Oh. I will leave these. That'll be for, I guess, the video. But other than that, these are good. These I would put. Honestly, I wouldn't put one, but if I had to, you could just come outside. Like if you were to stand, you can build right here. Oh no, you can't. But you can just place it on the outside. But other than that, these you're going to want to place inwards. These you place outwards. Just because this covers you a little more. Versus this, you see a lot more, and it's, I guess, not really less cover because you're standing, but these I would place inside. These I would place inside, and then it's a little difficult, but you just gotta get the right angle. basically it, guys. I mean, simple. It's easy. You can see the drop downs from the windows. Obviously, the only annoying part about this base is kind of hard to land a mini up here, but if you are good at flying, you got a perfect spot right here. Got enough room for auto turrets, two two wind turbines, two large batteries can go at the bottom. Again, this is a bunker, so whenever you get on, shoot this out, and you are free to leave. You get off, there's a twig, place this, upgrade this to your material of choice, get back on, just break it. So, basically it. Again, I had seen a comment on TikTok to show you guys how the base is. This also could turn into another loot room if you guys are running out of space. You could put boxes across the line right here. Obviously, not a lot of storage in this server because of how many buildings I have. But, yeah, that's basically it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope this, serves you well in your Rust endeavors. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe if you guys want to see something new. I'm down to try any base that you guys want. If you guys want to see a 2x2, 3x3, anything you guys want, just let me know in the comments or go follow my TikTok. I post a lot of videos on there as well. So, yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.